So is the OnePlus 8T really better than the 8? I mean, numerically it should be 10 times better, right? Hey everyone, Mukul here. And no, that was not on me, as someone else had recently made that joke under one of my recent videos. So yeah, bear with it. Well, both of these phones have a similar primary and ultra-wide and a front sensor on them, except for a 5 megapixel macro and a monochrome sensor on the OnePlus 8T this time as minor upgrades. So let's see if the image processing has also improved or not when we compare the cameras of these two phones. The first picture with rare sights of pitch blue skies more or less look the same, but the details on the 8T are somewhat better, refined with less noise on it. The ultrawide also maintained a similar dynamic range, but somehow I feel the details on the 8T are a bit better. Comparing this normal shot with the 2x zoom, it seems like both of them behave the same, but the 8T pushes the saturation a bit more, like in the other cases. Again, in this shot you would notice the details on the floor are much better on the 8T, but overall they are quite similar. Cropping in on this 2x zoomed shot, the details seem to be a bit better on the 8T. So yeah, overall it looks like the 8T handles the details a bit better so far in these cases. The portrait from the rear cameras looked the same and the edge detection behaved flawlessly in both the cases. Yep, I sometimes have to take rear camera portraits by myself because... but sometimes. And in this shot, it seems like the 8T is crushing the shadows more than the 8, due to which the darker areas on the 8 shot maintain a bit more details on it. And the ultrawide does the same thing actually, which is quite interesting. I mean, it is interesting if you find these minor differences to be interesting. And if you don't find these minor differences to be interesting, then they are not interesting. Whoa, what did I just do? These panorama shots had a totally different white balance on them. The 8S towards the yellow tint and the 8T towards the blue tint. Good to see that at least they are not just copying pasting the same camera processing code on both of these phones. The details were better on the 8 though. The macro shot is better on the 8T. I mean, it's not also winning any awards for those details, but it is definitely a bump over the crappy 8's macro sensor. I mean, taking pictures from the standard sensor is going to yield a better result on both of these phones. And also, never sit on cactuses, okay? It will be better if I don't talk about the front shots in detail. They are almost similar, both in normal and in portrait modes. The edge detection behaved exactly the same in the portrait mode too. The slow-mo video was closer to the subject in the OnePlus 8's case, which was a bit surprising and hence it captured more details.
And this is how the video quality is in daylight. The HDR is apparently behaving the same. If I walk fast, this is how it will look like. And this is how the videos look like in ultra wide mode. And because it's ultra wide, it's able to stabilize the video even more. This is the super stable mode, which captures the video at 1080 30 fps, and it is super stable. The earlier video had all my eye area darkened out, so I thought to give this another shot. How my eyes are clear now, I mean at least visible. So yeah, I was actually impressed with the quality of the video portraits. I think it's doing a decent job. I'll have to recheck it once I edit the video. Let's see. And this is how the video looks like from the front camera. Pretty messed up HDR. The skies on the screen at least look super bright. Hardly any color visible on it.
The videos behave the same more or less in all these comparisons, and I have nothing much to say about it except for the fact that in the front camera video, the front camera did extremely poor with the dynamic range. Now about the pictures taken in the night, the 8T looks a little hazy to me, but that could be because of my hands. And in the nightscape mode again, the pictures look very similar. The details on this shot were better on the 8T too. The ultra-wide nightscape mode showed similar results with similar details on both of these pictures. And now here is finally where we would notice some real differences between these two cameras. The shot on the 8T is definitely better processed than the 8s. It's vibrant and looks noise free. The 8T shot was also able to keep the details in the background, whereas the 8 picture fails to do so in this shot. And the guy is definitely not living what's written on his t-shirt here, like most of us. The portrait shot was bad on both of these phones, but the 8T managed to look a bit better. I don't think anyone would be clicking portrait shots with either of these phones in low lit scenarios. And as there was ample light in this case, both of the shots look similar to me. If I have to quickly talk about selfies, their performance as expected was similar from both of these phones. And because it was extremely dark, the portrait mode was not able to take any portrait pictures. Now this first shot was taken with the camera standard mode, and this is the nightscape mode. The Android 11 updates have drastically improved the nightscape on the stock camera app of the OnePlus 8 phone. The details, however, are a bit better on the 8T, as you can see around this tree area. Taking the same shot with the G cam on the phone and in the night mode, the results were totally different because of the drastic difference in the white balance. But both the phones processed a similar shot in terms of quality. I would prefer the stock camera app pictures any day in this specific case. The Gcam I was using didn't support the ultra-wide sensor with the night mode on the OnePlus 8T, so I couldn't really take that picture to compare it with.
This is how the video quality is at 4K 30 FPS. And this is how the video quality is at ultra-wide. Strangely, somehow right now on the screen I feel as if the OnePlus 8 is taking a brighter picture. I'll reconfirm it later on during the editing process.
The video nightscape mode is present on both the cameras, but it can't record more than 1080p at 30 FPS. Which is a bummer, but the results are far better than recording videos in the night at 4K on something like that. I mean, choose if you want to see stuff in the video or just want a higher resolution video with darkness filled all over it. The 8T video was definitely brighter than the 8 in this mode. The super stable mode captured a lot of noise in the 8's video as compared to the 8T, but yeah, overall both the videos are pretty dark and useless.
And this is how the video quality is from the front camera.
The front camera videos look the same to me. Can you find any difference though? So there you have it. The cameras are about 5 to 10% better on the 8T than the 8, but more or less they perform the same if you are someone who never nitpicks these differences. The Gcam clearly isn't performing any good on the phones for those low-lit shots, which prove how better companies like OnePlus has improved, like Google, for their camera processing algorithm. I mean, at least for low-lit scenarios in these cases of this video. But will I recommend you an upgrade if you currently own a OnePlus 7T or 7 Pro or 8? Hell no. The most powerful primary sensor is still on the 8 Pro, and if you are really focused on cameras, then just go with it rather than these two phones. I have compared the 8 with the 8 Pro 2 in one of my previous videos. I mean, if you get a better deal on the 8 as compared to the 8T and cameras are one of your primary and main focus, then it's better that you save some money and waste it somewhere else. I will be soon posting 8T's overall comparison with the OnePlus 8 and also a short-term review of the OnePlus 8T. So do hit like and sub with the bell if this video helped you in any way. Stay safe humans, Mewbot out. Out, I'm really out. This is the second time I'm recording this video. So I am definitely out.